Think about it like that. Oh man. They got Ben Stiller on there. Sick. Okay. Great. Cool. It is cool. Sure. But like, is that enough? Be able to motivate the base by just constantly saying like, look, I'm a black woman. And she didn't do that Paul shit at all. Why? Because she knows that that's not a quality that you can run on, just like Obama didn't run on it. Because it's something that you wear on your face anyway. People are aware of it, right? People are already aware of it. People already know. You don't have to like use that as a selling point. And the reason why I brought this up, is because specifically because like only a white woman like Hillary Clinton would have thought that like running as simply a white woman is going to move the needle in that direction when white women by majority did not vote for her. They voted for the grab him by the pussy guy. Okay? That's it. You're neglecting the needs of suburban Pennsylvania voters to see celebrities? Don't make me play the fucking DNC fight song because I will do it. Do not make me play the DNC fight song. The conditions in 2015 were even better in terms of the economy than the conditions that the American population is facing right now. Okay? Yes, there is a post-COVID bump. Yes, there was a post-COVID recovery, but there was also a lot of the remnants of inequalities that got significantly worse under COVID. And if the environment was inherently hostile to the Democratic Party in 2015, and that's why Hillary Clinton lost in 2016, then that environment is still going to have a semblance of hostility towards that exact same style of politics because the conditions are still the same, if not worse.
I love saying Michigander. Around here, she's known as Big Gretch. Please welcome Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
We ain't even about to start. We got Big Gretch. You can find her in the press under Big Gretch. Fresh in the new dress. Yeah, that's Big Gretch. Throw that buff on her face, but that's Big Gretch. We ain't even about to start.
Gretchen Whitmer. We're so happy to be.
Like, think about it, bro. Your coworkers vote, right? Like, I doubt that this is going to be a big fucking motivator for your coworkers, right? And neither is the $50,000 in tax cuts that Kamala Harris is giving to fucking small business startups. You know? Think about it like that. Oh, man. They got Ben Stiller on there. Sick. Okay. Great. Cool. It is cool. Sure. But like, is that enough?
To get ahead and make a good living and take care of your family. That's all on the line this election.
Yes, strong and kind.
Yes.
Isn't that a notion? And what can Michigan do to help get Kamala Harris to the White House?
I think we've got to do the hard work. In 2016, we were short 11,000 votes. That's 2 votes per precinct, which tells you that a conversation you have.
I'm black and German, so I have no dog in this fight, but Hasan, something feels wrong in your critique. While I agree with everything you are saying, basic needs come first, but isn't this the second sort of black-themed event she has done after the NABJ yesterday? No, it's not about the black event. This is not even a black event. This is Oprah, okay? And that's not even what I'm saying. I'm not... Kamala Harris has done a phenomenal amount of fucking black, like, focused events. You just don't see it. Because it's not for you because you're in Germany. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, she'll go and she'll talk about like historic black colleges. Like, she'll go and she'll do like local spots, and that gets around on Facebook. That stuff is fine, right? This is not that at all. Also, the National Association of Black Journalists is not a black event per se.
It's going to take all of us to build a pathway, many pathways to 270 electoral votes. That's what we're focused on in the campaign. In every state, we have to register more people. We have to mobilize our voters to turn out to vote. And then we have got to go persuade those people that still don't know enough about the vice president and her vision for the future. And if we do that together, all of us, we're going to get over the top, but it's really going to take all of us. And to make sure that you're working in your own lives, have those hard conversations in big and small ways. We're going to inch our way over the finish line because we're going to be able to do it together.
And don't you need money?
Well, we do. We do. And these groups need money too. All of us do, because the work is happening on the ground and in the communities. So if you want to help in any way at all in the campaign, go to go.kamalaharris.com. But if you want to help and not be formally engaged with us and join any of these groups here, that's what we need too. It's going to take all of us.
Yes, and I think that everybody on the screens, everybody in this room, everybody who's listening, you become your own grassroots organization when we leave this moment that we're sharing here tonight, and you do what you can in your community. It's not enough just to join us all. We love having you here, but the rah-rah moment is going to end, and then we need to get to work. We need to get busy. Okay, thank you, Jim. I have to just say this, that the social media team for the Harris campaign has been killing it. They have been killing it. I think that team helped spark this people-led movement. And here's a short look at the rallying cry across social media.
I'm watching the Kamala Harris rally right now, and wow, I'm like crying.
So Tony and I just got done knocking 48 doors in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Majority, if not all, independent Republican libertarian doors.
Republicans for Harris is growing explosively too. We just need to get back to a place in this country where we can have disagreements and have them still be respectful.
I'm here with Richard, a 77-year-old registered Republican who's going to be voting for Kamala Harris.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Obviously, a narcissist just doesn't stand for anything that I stand for.
What issues are most important to you personally?
First of all, not electing a felon to the White House.
I'm voting Harris Walls and a blue ticket all the way.
In 2020, only 50% of young eligible voters actually showed up. And that was record-breaking. So if you really want to be brat, you better be showing up in droves in November.
We are with her. And she's with us.
I voted for Nikki Haley in the primary. I'm going to be voting for Kamala Harris. That's the right choice for America in 2024.
Let me tell you, it is about character, and it's about decency and respect, and all the things that
How come I'm not on this? Why do you think?
What it means to be an American citizen and pursue the American dream. And if that is important to you, I hope whether you are a Democrat or a Republican or somewhere in the middle, you will choose to vote your values.
As long as you're not Arab or care about Palestinians, or if you're like a leftist, or if you care about like genuinely improving the conditions of the working class, then it's not for you.
Big sister to McDonald's worker.
It feels like every year, like every 4 years, it feels like voting becomes more and more just like the sport of the wealthy. You know, just like people who don't really care about like legitimately improving their lives. You know what I mean? People that have already like made it. People that have already made it to a certain point in their lives. So they just like care about making sure that like things aren't objectively worse, like much worse. That's it. There's no argument to be made about like how things will be better. It says a lot about the political indications and the instincts of the Dem Party that they completely squandered the Republicans' or weird messaging because they didn't want to associate themselves with the left-leaning people who started it. I mean, they literally made the left-leaning person who started be the vice president. It's very obvious to me that instead of doing the Trump is weird shit, they wanted to say Republicans are great. We love you. We want to hug you. We want to kiss you. Please vote for us, Republicans.
Everything you are and everything you do for this.
How much you want to bet they're going to vote Republican again?
Well,
as as they have
You
done
see
time
this?
and time again.
We have 1,000
my
screens
goodness.
here
Oh my
representing
goodness.
people from all over the country.
Hi, everyone.
Can you
Oh, my
feel?
goodness,
Can you
yes.
feel? Can you feel it? Can you feel the joy rising in here?
I can, and I have to tell you, there's so much that I love about our campaign because it really is about the people. And I look around at these screens, Oprah, I look at who's in the room, and this is America.
Do you honestly think addressing any of what you just said would be the best possible position to be elected? What, like offering people offering people immediate improvements to their material conditions? Yes. That's what democracy is about. The fuck are you talking about?
To have us as Americans pointing fingers at each other?
Yes.
That this movement that is about reminding each other that we have so much more in common than what separates us is so critically important. And this is about the strength of who we are as Americans. And this movement that we're in about, as I like to say, seeing in the face of a stranger a neighbor.
Yes, yes, yes,
right?
yes, yes.
An extension of love thy neighbor, that you literally in the face of a stranger see a neighbor.
Yes.
And approach each other with that level of dignity and grace and kindness.
Well, that's exactly what happened with the Win with Black Women. I know you've known Joe Taker for many years.
Thank you, my
That's
dear.
exactly what happened.
She started it.
They had this big
started
call. They had the big
It's
call.
your fault.
They had the big call and then said, let's open the door.
Yeah.
Let's open the door and invite everybody else in, and everybody actually came.
Organically.
Yes.
Organically. Like, this is the beauty of our country. You know, there's so much at stake in this election. And ultimately, the question before us is, what kind of country do we want to live in? And the beauty of a democracy, as long as we can hold on to it, the beauty of a democracy is each of us has the power. Each of us has the power to answer that question.
That's right. Everybody on this call and beyond has the power. But can I just start with this?
Yes, please.
I have to say this because in all of my private conversations, Gail, and I've said this 100 times, and everybody is saying it, you all have said it, I know you have. It seems to us that something happened to you the moment Joe Biden, President Biden, stepped aside and withdrew his candidacy, that a veil or something dropped and you just stepped into your power? I mean, literally, looking at you at a speech like...
Bro, I don't think I've ever watched like a full Oprah thing. Like, this is kind of whack.
I said, what happened to you?
You know, we each have those moments in our lives where it's time to step up.
Time to step up.
Time to step up, you know?
Well, the moment you heard, I mean, I really have been saying to people, it felt like a veil dropped and you sort of stepped through that veil. Did that actually, did you feel like that?
I felt a sense of responsibility, to be honest with you. And with that comes a sense of purpose. But I mean, we're all here and you all are taking time out of your busy lives, everyone here, everyone on the screen, because there really is so much at stake. You know, I have spent the majority of my career being concerned about the well-being of other people.
Yeah.
As I've said, in my career as a prosecutor, I never looked at a victim or a witness and asked them, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them is, are you okay?
Are you okay? I know when I heard that.
You know?
Touch me.
And traveling this country and knowing what is at stake in terms of fundamental freedoms, what's at stake in terms of fighting against hate and those efforts to divide us. And I do know that I'm in a position to do something about it. So I felt a great responsibility. And the incredible power of the people.
One other point that I want to make in terms of policy, in terms of like how people run, is if you look at the down ballot races for the Democrats, if you look at the Senate races specifically, Democrats are outperforming Kamala Harris in some instances by like fucking 6-7 points. Obviously, part of that is because their Republican opponents are dog shit. But like, the reason why they're also outperforming Kamala Harris by not the same margins that they were outperforming Joe Biden on, but still outperforming her on, which is unique, right? Is because as a senator, you have to run on your record or you have to run on what you're going to vote for. Okay, so they're basically locked in to that position. They are closer to their constituents than the president is. And their campaign is their campaign is always going to have even differences. Their campaigns are always going to have differences from the presidential campaign. But obviously, like, in this regard, like, if you fucking look at, like, here, I'll give you an example, right? I'm looking at the Morning Consult numbers, right? State level tracking. It shows that Harris has surged post-debate. Arizona up by 1. Georgia Trump is up by 1. Michigan Harris is up by 8. Okay, now this is a unique poll in terms of Michigan because, like, other polls show Michigan being a deadlock. I thought Michigan was, like,